fireworks at this
Happy
spot.
New Year!
And it's raining!
Hi guys, welcome to the third episode of our supper series. I'm Rainier.
And I'm Chiara.
And in this episode, we are covering the areas we didn't cover before.
And in true supper fashion, we're gonna drive to all our supper spots. Let's go!
Why am I in the driver's seat?
You can't drive?
No.
I still can! Maverick!
Alright, so first up, we are at Jalan Kayu at this place called Tang Tea House.
Yeah, so it has like the El Azhar, El Amin vibes, but we're having dim sum. We got 5 dim sums and a plate of rojak, which we saw on everybody's table.
Let's try the siu mai first.
Tang Tea is the halal store. So this is a chicken siu mai.
Okay, I was pleasantly surprised that there's like chicken and there's the prawn inside. But it just tastes like very one-dimensional.
Right.
And it's a little bit dry also.
It's quite surprising that they have a whole shrimp inside, because most of the time dim sum places they'll like chop up the shrimp, but there's a good crunch because they put the entire prawn in.
Not the greatest siu mai I've ever tasted. I was expecting more like juice to come out also.
Well, let's try the har gow. Maybe it's a different story. The skin of the har gow here looks very white. Oh man, I'm so disappointed.
Even with the sauce, right, it's still freaking dry.
So this is the first har gow I've tried that didn't give me a good crunch because they minced the prawn up. If you're here, I think maybe get the siu mai instead of the har gow because it's really missing the iconic crunch from the prawn. Okay, let's try the xiao long bao. Ooh, it's so adorable. It makes eating the xiao long bao easier.
Drink the soup first. Like you cut out a little bit, right? You bite a bit, then you suck the zap. I must say, right, having this is damn easy.
Yeah.
It's like beginners to xiao long baos.
Okay, I really like that xiao long bao because it's very easy to eat.
Yeah.
And the meaty aroma is super strong.
I actually like the skin. It's thick enough so that the soup can be enclosed inside, but it's not too thick where you feel like it's too starchy. I don't know if you can see this, right, but the meat is a lot.
Oh, and this is chicken, right? But it's still very flavorful. Like, it's not missing on any flavors that you usually get from a xiao long bao.
Okay, so next up we are going to try the Hong Yu dumplings, which is the red chili dumplings.
Like, I've never seen a red chili dumpling like that before. So it has like 3 really huge meat dumplings with chili oil at the bottom, and they wham chili paste on top. Inside they have prawns, chicken, carrots. If I'm not wrong, mushroom. It's so huge, and the chili is potent. I feel a bit of numbing sensation around my lips now.
You know what I would call this? A Frankenstein dumpling. Like all the bits and pieces of whatever you can find, right, just put inside. The skin is like typical dumpling skin, but inside, right, it's just a lump of meat. Last but not least of the dim sums, yu sa pao. Yeah. It looks very manufactured. It looks too perfect a pao to be considered like homemade lah.
Ooh! Do you see that? Oh my gosh!
It's too yellow. It looks like mustard.
I like the ratio of the filling to the bun. I'm pleasantly surprised. It tastes pretty good. It tastes like Victor's Kitchen's liu sha bao. And it's not as oily as many other places.
I like the balance between the sweetness of the custard and the salted egg yolk kind of thing.
Ooh, I'm the most excited for this.
Oh, it looks so sinful.
This is my favorite version of rojak because it's all youtiao.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Typically when I eat rojak, right, I will skewer like the youtiao with like the other liao. But this one, right, despite like not having the pineapple, there's this like sweet, tangy taste to it, which is pretty surprising.
And look, they really piled on the peanut bits. It's like coating every single youtiao. Even though we've been filming for so long, right, the youtiao is still crispy.
The must get for this place, right, is the Frankenstein dumplings.
It's really huge. It tastes a bit like a xiao long bao. It tastes like a siu mai. It's like everything into one.
Exactly. Whatever we ate, right, we could have just like cut this whole episode short with just the Frankenstein dumpling. Overall, I think this place is pretty unique because of the fact that it's halal.
And the menu is so extensive. They have zi cha, they have dim sum, they have barbecue, and they have satay. This place really warrants a return visit. Right now we're at Sing Chai Tok Huan, and it feels like we have transported in time.
The signboard, right, is slightly aged. I feel like you can buy this from Nice, like the vintage area.
Yeah.
Okay, but basically, right, we're here to try the Hainanese curry rice.
It's a very communal style kind of thing. So you get your own rice and then you get different dishes. So today we got the fried pork chop, the braised pork, the cabbage, and the curry chicken.
The meat costs $4 per plate and the veggies cost $1.50 per plate.
So let's try their fried pork chop. It's breaded and thinly sliced like any typical Hainanese curry place. A bit on the drier side, but I like the consistency. It's a bit like a fish cake but meatier. It might not be crispy, but it really packs a meaty punch.
To me, it's too thinly sliced because I like my meat like really meaty. Next, let's try the braised pork, right?
So it's like submerged in very oily and delicious looking stuff.
It's soy sauce based. As you can see, it's black.
You don't say!
Tastes like something your grandmother would cook. So it's very homey. But I must say, right, like it's like a middle between tender and a little bit flaky. There's this disintegration happening in your mouth after you bite into it.
It's really flavorful. I think they probably like deep fry it before marinating it in the gravy. But if you're here, right, I recommend getting this one instead of this because it's like more juicy and more flavorful and it pairs much better with the curry rice.
Right, next, the cabbage.
The cabbage is like a bit crunchy and then it's sweet as well. So along with like spicy curry, I think it will be very soul warming. It's like something a lot of people order when they come for like Hainanese curry rice. And this cabbage is really well poached and it's sweet. So it's a nice contrast, you know, after eating all these very flavorful pork dishes. Okay, let's try this one. So they have curry, they have a lot of chicken, and my favorite, kantang. It's so soft, look.
Typical Chinese version of curry, right, is not that spicy. But this one is like, I just lick a bit, right, from the kantang. Then I'm like,
Don't cry, don't cry.
like, the chicken itself is quite tender and I like the fact that the curry packs a little bit of punch. Okay, so typical curry peng style, I'm gonna put everything in one spoon. You should eat curry peng this way. The flavors are just exploding in your mouth. It's not one-dimensional. There's like sweet, salty. There is slight toughness in the meat.
So what I really like about this place is not only the food, but the experience as well. You get like a round table, then you get like many dishes.
So this place is located in Upper Serangoon, so it's central-ish, more on the northeast side. And I think it's a different supper place to go to. This is a pretty unique and special change in your supper circuit. Right now, we are in 302 Choa Kang Avenue 4 and this is basically my hometown.
And it's open 24 hours, right?
Yes.
So first we got the fishball noodles.
We decided to go with the mee kia for the fishball noodle.
They are super generous with the portion. It's sweet and it's savory at the same time, so I really like it. The only gripe for me for the soup is that I can taste the alkali flavor from the noodles. This mee kia doesn't have like the bite that I usually look out for.
I like the fishball because it's very spongy and very bouncy.
I think they season it really well. It tastes fresh, don't have any fishy taste.
And there's this like certain bite to it when you put it in your mouth, which is pretty awesome.
Okay, so moving on, we have the bak chor mee.
This is the mee pok over here, the flat yellow noodle. I personally prefer mee pok because there's this special texture to it. So when you bite it in your mouth, right, there's like some stringiness, there's also like some roughness, so it's not too smooth.
So the first thing that hits you is the spice, then later the porky aroma.
I must say that the noodles are cooked to perfection. So there's this like bite to it. I like it when textures play in your mouth. I think I have one gripe with this. I cannot really taste the vinegar.
So they have like pork slices and minced meat and also pork liver.
The meatball is very soft. It's very meaty in taste. After eating at the Tang Tea with the Frankenstein dumpling, right, I expect like all my meatballs to be like huge.
Okay, the pork. It's so tender.
Damn nice.
And so soft, just like the meatballs. The mushrooms are like braised and marinated.
There's this like surprisingly sweet taste to it. When you pair it with like the other meats, it's a very beautiful like symphony in your mouth. Okay, so overall, I think this place is pretty awesome. I really think that it's very convenient and the food is really not bad.
I think I really like this place as a supper spot because it's 24 hours. You don't need to care about, what's the opening hours, you know, you can just drive down.
I mentioned before that this place is in Choa Kang Avenue 4, which is right next to the MRT and the bus interchange, so it's super accessible. Right now we are in Bukit Timah area, right next to Beauty World MRT, and we're here at Oven and Fried Chicken.
And if you have cash to splash, like it's payday, you can head on here for some chibek, which is just chicken and beer. So first up, we have the seafood and spring onion pancake.
When you were serving it to us, right, I was like, oh my god, it's spilling out from the plate.
Cheers.
Cheers. Texture-wise, I think it's pretty crispy. Very nice, very fragrant.
For me, I really like the seafood. It's fresh and the prawn is crunchy still. You can't even tell the difference between the squid and the prawn because they have the same crunchy texture. This is really fresh, really sweet and complements well with the spring onion, which is very fragrant. I think you should really dip it in a soy sauce because it cuts the oiliness.
If it has a bit more liao, it'll be perfect. Okay, so next up we have the soy sauce chicken. It looks damn crispy. The skin is like, wow. I really like the marinade for this chicken. It's very sticky and it's very sweet. You can really taste the sesame and the garlicky flavors. There's a multitude of flavors that burst in your mouth when you take a bite. I like the fact that it's still crispy despite it being drenched in the sauce.
What I really love about the chicken here is that the meat is so juicy and moist. So next, we're gonna try the original sauce chicken. It's weird because it's actually spicy. Oh my gosh, look at the consistency of the sauce. It's like dripping like honey. Oh my god, it's so good. It's spicy. I love it. Because I cannot eat mala for 3 years. So
Also, this is the next best thing lah.
never again for 3 years. The sauce is so good.
It's the very harsh kind of spice. Like it just gets you right off the bat when you bite it. It's spicy, but it's also sweet. It's very succulent and it's very juicy. It's just very tender lah.
So this sauce that they use, it reminds us a lot of the gochujang. A bit like tteokbokki.
Yeah, I would definitely choose this over this. This is a little bit too spicy for me.
I think I prefer this one because it's like very robustly flavored. It's sweeter, it's spicier, and it's more potent.
I must say that this place is like a very different take on supper food. This whole lane, right, is just a very supper friendly place.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to get Korean, you can always just walk down the road and get like whatever you want. Alright, so we're done with this episode. We visited 4 very different supper places. Which is your favorite?
I would say the one right behind us, oven and fried chicken. Because usually supper spots for me is like humid, hot, crowded. But over here you get your own spot. It's air conditioned.
My favorite is Block 302 Choa Chu Kang Avenue 4 Bak Chor Mee. I think right, supper places should be accessible and should be very convenient. And it's just nice that I live sort of next door to that place. I can just come down at 3 AM, 4 AM if I'm feeling hungry and it will be very convenient for me.
Thank you for watching another episode of Eatbook Vlogs.
If you like this episode, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and watch our other videos over there. Bye!